Good morning, students. Dot product of two vectors. Definition. Dot product of two vectors A dot B is defined as magnitude of A times magnitude of B times cosine of the angle between them. Okay. So this you can also write like A B cos theta. Suppose you take a vector A and you take a vector B. This B could have been here, it's not a problem. Then what you do is basically you slide this vector keeping it parallel to itself and place it here so that this starting point of those two vectors remains the same and the angle between them is theta. Any two vectors if you take can be drawn in one plane. For the time being I am drawing those two vectors in the plane of the board. So this is my space, two-dimensional space where I am placing those two vectors. So here this is the angle. So A dot B is AB cos theta, right? Now this is also this is a scalar product as opposed to cross product. It is a vector product. This is also called inner product, but in case of vector product or the cross product, it's called the outer product because the return value in the cross product is not in the plane of the board. Suppose if you have two vectors A cross B is out of the plane of the board, and that is the reason why it is called an outer product. Here it is called a scalar product or an inner product. Okay. You will understand as you age, you will understand that these two members are members of a vector space, and if you take a dot between them, this value, this scalar, belongs to the field where these two vectors over which the vector space is defined. So I will not go into the details of that. You stick to the 11-12 standard. Okay, this is a scalar product. So now let's make a geometric representation of this. For example, suppose if you take a unit vector, let me take a unit vector. Suppose this is the unit vector. This vector is B vector, and from here to here it is B cap. B cap means the unit vector along B. So if I take dot between A and A vector dot B cap, what shall I get? So that's magnitude of A. I shall write magnitude of A as simply A like this, and magnitude of B as simple B. That's all. So this is A. What is magnitude of B cap? This is a unit vector. I told you vector of unit vector has magnitude 1. So that's 1. I shouldn't give anything here. I can actually the product between two scalars is defined in the field where the scalars are defined. So that's a field product operation. I will not go into the details again. So A, magnitude of A is this, magnitude of B is 1, and the angle between them remains the same. So that is A cos theta. Fine. Now let me erase this part. Now if I write A dot B as A vector dot, I divide B vector by B and I multiplied the same by B. So what shall I get? A vector dot, this is B cap times B. So A vector dot B cap, what is this? A cos theta times B. Now what is the geometrical significance? See, if this length is A, if you drop a perpendicular here, and this is 90, you know by components that this is A cos theta, right? From here to here. And this length is A sin theta. This is A cos theta and this is A sin theta. So it's A cos theta times B. Okay. So A dot B, you can think it like this. I am taking this part, check this part. A dot B can be thought of, right, projection of A along B. So this is what? This part is projection of A along B. See, along B or B cap is the same thing, because as far as projection is concerned, we are only interested in the direction. So this is the projection of A along B times B. So you can think A dot B as projection of A along B times B. You can also think it like this. Just check. I can write this equation as A vector, we divide it by A, dot B, keep it like this, and multiply by A. Right, we divide by A and multiply by A. This we can always do. This is equal to A cap dot B vector times A. Now what is this? This is basically magnitude of A cap is 1, so that's 1. Magnitude of B is B times cosine of the angle between them, whole thing times A. So what is B cos theta? Think it like this. If you take I'm using another color that may help you. Suppose you drop a perpendicular like this, this is green. Now this thing, this is B, and if this theta remains the same, so this is B cos theta, right? So B cos theta times A. So what is B cos theta? So this is projection of B along A times A, right? This part only B cos theta is projection of B along A times A. So this thing, you can think it like this, AB cos theta, you can think it like this. This is projection of A along B times B, or times B means you can use a scalar, or you can also think it like projection of B along A times A. The times A, you understand, you go to my unit vector video, you will see times A means this is what? This is a scalar or whatever it is. Times means multiplication. So this thing is B cos theta times A. Suppose 2, so 2 times 2, it's like that. So we read it like this because we are in the same footing of vectors as well. Suppose 2 I cap, what is this? Is I cap times 2. There is no operation between 2 and I cap, it just sits side by side. This is basically I cap plus I cap. So it's twice of I cap. So like this. You check my unit vector video, you will understand this. So this is the projection of A along B times B, projection of projection of B along A times A. So this is a geometric representation of the vector. So let me follow one by one. Now let's check the orthogonality property. So this is the definition and this is the geometric view. One, 2 is the geometric view. You can please take a note of this. Okay, now let's orthogonality. Orthogonality is also the same thing. I am just erasing this part. Suppose if A dot B is 0, what does that mean? 3. Orthogonality. Orthogonality, if two vectors are perpendicular, you can say that they are orthogonal to each other. So that's the statement, orthogonality. Okay. So if two vectors are perpendicular to each other, then we can say that they are orthogonal to each other. Example, if A dot B is equal to 0, if A dot B equal to 0, then see this that is actually AB cosine theta. This implies either A equals to 0, B equals to 0, or both, or if A not equal to 0 and B not equal to 0, so if they are not null vectors, not non-zero vectors, then theta is equals to 90 degree. So any two non-zero vectors have a null dot product. That means that dot product will be 0. So this is the orthogonal property. You can check if they give you something like check whether two vectors are orthogonal or not. You just simply take a dot product of those two vectors and see that whether the dot product vanishes. If the dot product vanish, then those two vectors are orthogonal. Example, or I am writing something general. Suppose let A is equals to AX, AX means the I component, X component plus AY plus AZ, B is equal to BX, BY, BZ, then if A dot B is equal to 0 and if they are orthogonal, then let me write, if A not equal to 0 or B and not equal to 0, that means Ax, Ay, Az are not all zeros, or Bx, By, Bz are not all zeros, and they are orthogonal, then A dot B is equal to 0. Now, if you take the dot product, see, I dot I is, what is I dot I? I cap dot I cap. So, this is I square. What is the angle between I and I? The same angle between I and I is 0. I cap is the unit vector. You check the unit vector video. I cap is the unit vector along x. So, this is 1, but I dot j is equal to 0. Same, j dot j is 1, k dot k is 1, but if you take different I dot j or j dot k or k dot I, also in the other way, I dot k, j dot I, etc., all will vanish. So, this dot, this is 1, but this dot, this is 0. I dot j is 0, I dot k is also 0. So, there will be no cross terms, only Ax, Bx, Ay, By and Az, Bz. So, this is Ax, Bx plus Ay, By plus Az, Bz. Now, this is a general expression. This product of these two terms Ax, Bx, Ay, By, Az, Bz will be 0 if the two vectors are orthogonal. Okay. Now, let's do one thing. Let's prove that resultant formula. Prove the resultant formula. You know that any two vectors, if you have, suppose if you have a vector p, or suppose if you have a vector a and if you have a vector b, the resultant is you need to make a parallelogram out of this, and if you must join, and this is R. Okay. So, what you do is you slide this, make it parallel to itself, and this is also A. The slide B keeping parallel to itself, and this is also B. So, what is R? Vector R. Vector R is A plus B, right? You start from here, this is A, and you move this way, and this is B. So, A plus B is R. So, what is R dot R? So, that is R square. So, that is A plus B dot A plus B, right? Now, see, what I can do is A dot A is, this is, if you expand this, A dot A plus B dot A plus A dot B plus B dot B. Now, what is A dot A? Angle between A and A is 0. So, cos 0 is 1. So, that is A square. This is AB cos theta or BA cos theta, it does not matter. This is AB cos theta, it's all the same, plus B square, right? So, and left side is R square. So, R is equals to, you can say these two are the same terms, 2AB cos theta, because AB and BA commute, the AB and B are the same thing. So, this is A square plus twice AB, or you can, you better write this B square first, because that's the standard way of writing. Anyway, you write the product. So this is it, or I can write it like this. Better keep r square here, or you bring it here. R is equals to a square plus b square plus twice ab cos theta to the power of half. You need not go geometrically, you can directly use dot products and get this formula. Fine. Okay, let me, this is theta, the angle between two. Okay. Okay, fine. So this is one part, and let me do few things. Let me do few problems that may help you. So the resultant formula rather. Let's do few problems. We'll show that r vector dot dr dt is equal to or r dot v. You know that this is differentiation of the position vector, so this must be velocity. So this is equal to 0 for a particle moving in a circle. So this is one problem. You can try this. Now what solution? These are the typical methods you can use for dot product. Suppose r vector dot r vector, this is r square, right? Even r is dependent on time. Suppose if a particle is moving in a circle, r is dependent on time, r vector, this is dependent on time, but r square is what? R square is independent of time because this is the length, this is constant, right? Vector is dependent on time, r is dependent on time because if it is here at time t1, this is here at time t2. So this is r vector as a function of t1, this is r vector as a function of t2, right? So this changes, but the length remains the same. And what is this? This is the square of the length, as it is the square of the radius. Fine. So this is constant. Now you differentiate. If you differentiate this, so r square is equals to r vector dot, or write in the other way. So r vector, which is a function of time, dot r vector, which is also a function of time, is equals to r square is equals to constant. So if you differentiate, so ddt of this thing r dot r, I am not writing this t again, it is already there. So this is equal to 0 because the right hand side is constant. So what you do this is basically r dot dr dt plus dr dt dot r is equal to 0. So that is 2. What is dr dt? This is the velocity, this thing, and see dot product commutes, right? So dr dt dot r is r dot dr dt. So r dot dr dt, that is equal to 0, implies r dot dr dt equals to 0, which is r dot v. So these are typical problems you should attempt whenever you do dot products. Anyway, Let me see if I have something in store. Yeah, another expression you can use for another problem. Problem. Show that P vector is P dot I cap times I cap plus P dot J cap times J cap plus P dot K cap times K cap. Now you can easily see what is this is already implied, everything is there, you did not show. What is P dot I? See, if P vector is equals to Px I cap plus Py j cap plus Pz k cap. So what is P vector dot I cap? If you take an I dot with this P vector dotted with I, what you get? You get the projection of P along x. So mathematically, if you take a dot with this, so that is Px times I dot I plus Py times j dot I plus Pz times k dot I. Sorry. See, this thing is 1, so this is Px plus this thing is 0 and this thing is 0, so that is Px. So similarly, P dot j is Py and P vector dot j and k cap is Pz. So you can write this as Px I cap plus Py j cap plus Pz k cap. So these are the typical few problems you can do while using dot products. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's enough. You can visit my website. I have a few problem sets. I think maybe they are free or maybe they are not free. If you are interested, you can contact me. Visit my website. There are facilities for online mock tests in JEE. In a real-time platform, you can feel the time is going on. You have the 4 questions. One day I may show you how to give the test. There is an online free test. You can visit this website and click the green link over there. So it's already there. It's free. You can click and have a feel how the test is there. And if you are interested, you can contact me, visit the website, register. I will contact you back if you register. So thank you very much. If you have any inquiries, you can mail me as well. Mail ID is already there, enquire@physicstoppers.com. Thank you very much.